So first of all, before we even get out there, man, I just want to say congratulations to each of you, right? There were over 300 students that we started with, and you guys are here right now. So no matter what happens today, just know that you are amazing and that people have found value and validity in your words. Like it's a competition, right? And everybody wants, if you're in a competition, people want to win a competition, right? You know, but what is the most important thing? Why do you write? Why are you a poet? Because you have a story to tell, right? So and here's another opportunity to tell your story.
My name is Darius Daughtry, and you are at the Louder Than a Bomb Florida Individual Championship. Poets, you ready?
Louder Than a Bomb Florida is basically our 2-week festival of spoken word poetry, where we kind of bring what we do all year long and give the kids a chance to kind of compete to be Louder Than a Bomb champion. It shows that their voice matters, that their voice can be louder than an actual bomb.
Louder Than a Bomb is the moment where you wake up and the alarm clock didn't even have to go off. And you're basically saying, I found who I am. I found my truth, I got it.
It's amazing that they have the ability and the courage really to stand up there and tell their life story or some of the tragic events that they experience in life. It's a very powerful platform. It's a big responsibility that we have, and I'm honored to have that.
Good luck to you guys.
First, representing Boca Raton Community High School, make some noise for Veronica.
Hi, I'm Veronica Mentor from Boca Raton Community High School.
With Louder Than a Bomb, you don't have to be afraid to speak your truth. I really don't know how to express my feelings to people, but when I write, then that's it, that's everything.
Brown girl, your skin golden, melanin poppin', you've got thick skin.
With the brown girl, I just wanted to celebrate brown girls in general.
They wanna see bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops. Brown girl, they say all you'll ever be is a baby mama.
It's showing all the bad things that people may have to say and showing that though all this stuff may happen, you can prove them wrong and be great.
When I was 5, my kindergarten classmate told me I couldn't be the princess in the game you were playing because, Veronica, Black girls can't be the princess.
I talk about the stereotypes of Black women, but then I also bring in my story and stuff that has happened to me that I've personally experienced.
9th grade was the first time I heard the N-word in reference to me. No wonder I became an angry Black teen. In 11th grade, I was applauded for not being pregnant yet.
While all this may have happened to me, I'm not gonna let that control my life.
In 12th grade, I was questioned for stealing when I was nowhere near that store, so I am an angry Black woman.
Since it has happened to me, when I'm in that moment, I just think about it and it brings me back to that moment and how I actually felt. So that's why I come to tears.
When she performs her poetry, it's almost like she has permission to let that pain go.
Just when I write, I'm just releasing everything.
But I'm afraid to speak. Afraid that what I say will be used against me because my stomach still sinks whenever I see a police car, since doing the things that my white peers do with ease could cost me my life.
I can't be another statistic or another stereotype. I feel like it's my job to excel and show other people that they can do it too.
Everything is a struggle, baby. Because they won't care about your pain because they don't believe in it, baby.
I feel like all the things that people may have to say about me just based on seeing me for the first time or just because of my skin, I'm just gonna prove them wrong, and that's all I can do.
Using coconut oil as your crowns and dashikis to take back a past that is rooted in pain, you are the hope and dream of the slave. You will rise. You will rise, brown girl. You will rise.
Representing Miami-Norland High School, make some noise for Sweetness, Najee.
I've always been writing. When we come to this room, we write and we tell our stories and we save lives and touch hearts. That's our goal. I love writing so much because the individual I am, nobody really listens to me. And so when I do my spoken word and poetry, you have no choice but to listen to me when I'm on the mic. You're gonna listen to me and you're gonna understand what I'm saying and feel where I'm coming from.
Some people just hate people for being people.
I'm a triple minority. At the end of the day, I'm Black, I'm a female, and I'm associated with the LGBTQ community.
They make having the right to love whomever we want feel so wrong. Who knew love would cause so much hate?
Last year, when the gay club was shot up in Orlando, I knew when that happened, I started writing because at that point it was unacceptable.
She was literally questioning the fact that it was something very wrong with the world, right? And two, she was digesting the fact that had she would have been like a couple years older, it could have been her.
Gay people are getting killed, beat up, discriminated against. For what reason?
The bright colors in our rainbow flags sickens them when they see red. They want to see our blood.
It just so happened that she finished writing that piece, and then I had to go give a keynote in Orlando. And I was like, Najee, would you like to go read the piece at Pulse, like on the grounds? And we went to Pulse, and Najee literally found a spot where she got comfortable, and she literally just started saying the piece. And something very beautiful happened.
I spit the piece right there, and then everyone that was visiting, you know, putting flowers and things like that, they had gathered around and listened to the piece. So
they don't have to worry about broken noses or being sprayed with holes, and then we never see it coming because our eyes are swollen. But if you're gonna beat me down to my knees, just make sure you leave me one good one so that I can use it to bend down on to propose to the right woman for me.
A lot of my students that identify with LGBTQ, a lot of them contemplate things that I wish they didn't. And it was at one point, Najee did too. She actually wrote a piece where she talked about it. And I'm really glad that the pencil was a lot stronger for her than the thoughts that she was having, because she was able to write herself through the pain, to write herself through the fear.
A woman does not always have to wear a skirt, some sandals, and a bright pink shirt. It does not mean she has to be hurt, or even worse, put into the back of a hearse.
I felt like I had did them justice because nobody speaks out about it, so it was me like saying that this needs to stop, like this needs to be the last time. So I was proud of myself for doing them justice.
And those who judge me because, ironically, loving people is exactly where hate begins. But no matter what race, gender, or religion, I'll make sure that love wins.
Hate runs deep in the guts of war, 'cause it ain't. So our scores from low to high for Najee: 9.9, a 9.9, a 9.9, a 10, and a 10. Make some noise for the poets. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce Mr. Jason Taylor and Mr. Omari Hardwick.
You know, I still, even tonight, get teary-eyed and start to feel that emotion boil up inside of me, and that's the power of what these kids had, the platform that they have.
Me being an actor, I get paid for that anger. But when I was a kid, I didn't really always know where to put it. It was this that did it for me. Once I picked up a pen, it freed me.
Omari, thank you for being here. You mean a lot to us as a foundation, as a friend, as a brother, and to these young kids that are doing so many amazing things in life.
And you could be a negative, have a very negative voice and be destructive, or you could be have a very positive voice like these young people have and be uplifting and inspiring and change the outcome of people's lives.
When they learn their truth and it becomes their own song and is spewed upon a stage bigger than the stage that anybody else has ever presented to them, and until that truth becomes louder than a bomb, God bless our youth.
Our next poet representing Miramar High School, make some noise for Rochelle.
How y'all doing? My name is Rochelle, and I'm representing Miramar High's True Spitters.
Why do I write? It is the only way for me to express myself. For a long time, I didn't have anybody to talk to. I didn't know what to say to anybody.
Rochelle is very low-key in the classroom. She is a student that would have a hoodie on, and if you're not really looking, you can easily not see her. And in my class, there's no hiding from me, because when you all write, I begin to see exactly who you are.
Why I write? Just to get what I need to get out, to open up. And that's what I love about it.
Dear FAS, are you aware that I'm only one of thousands of children that have been affected by your condition?
I was born with this condition called FAS, which is fetal alcohol syndrome.
I don't mean to question your purpose, but how was that fair to me?
When I came out, you know, I was suffering with withdrawals from alcohol, and it was a very, very tough situation. It had symptoms of a small head, you know, just flat cheeks, my shoulders, you know, they're uneven. And I knew it was extremely noticeable.
Nah, don't talk. It's my turn now. I've spent 16 years of being laughed at because you wanted to turn me out.
I was always picked on by the other kids. In kindergarten, that's when it started. The constant bullying, the constant, you know, kids just coming towards me. And I was just the quiet one. I didn't know what to say.
Small face, mood swings, poor memory, learning disabilities. See, that's when my ADHD problem gets me.
Kids, adults, you know, I didn't go anywhere without somebody staring at me or pointing at me or even laughing. I try not to pay attention to it. And as much as I tell people that it doesn't bother me, it does.
I'm tired of being reminded of how I look. Yeah, my head may be small, but this small head has big dreams that are big enough to recite poetry.
People would think that after so long of it, you know, just continuing, for me just going through this, I would be used to it. But certain things like this, you don't get used to. I went to Miss Clanton and I told her, and I read it to her, but I told her that I don't think I could do this poem because it was just too much. But me writing poetry and her constant words of positivity and just pushing me.
But even as she wrote about it, she has this empowering segment in there where she says that I'm not gonna let you take my talents from me.
Poets, breathe now, because FAS is what you have, but it does not have you.
She doesn't say it from a place of woe is me. She said like, I'm still doing the things that I want to do and I refuse to stop. And I think for me, that's what grabs my heart.
Dear FAS, I've noticed that you've been trying to catch up with my talent. Aware that though you're still here, I've outgrown you.
It made me feel better. It made me feel better, like I meant something. And it felt like I had a purpose.
This is FAS, fetal alcohol syndrome.
Scores for Rochelle are a 9.4, a 10, a 10, and a 10.
I didn't think my story mattered to anyone. And for people to get up and give me a standing ovation, and when I got off the stage, they understood and they listened. That's all I wanted.
The 2016 Louder Than a Bomb Florida champions are Boca Raton High School.
Yeah.
Last year, winning the competition was crazy, and we wanted to top that this year, but we didn't know how to do that.
Welcome to our Louder Than a Bomb Florida team finals. Make some noise. We started with about 36 schools. We down to the last 4. Our next team coming to the stage. Make some noise for Boca Raton Community High School.
We just read about the doomsday clock and how there's like 4 factors that will lead to the end of civilization.
Tick-tock goes the clock, talent time to all. Tick-tock goes the clock, hanging on the wall.
Down came the rain and washed me blind eyes.
Nursery rhymes, when you actually think of the words, they're supposed to be like these fun things for children, but when you actually read the words of the nursery rhymes, they're pretty negative.
Tick-tock goes the clock.
In 1945, a group of scientists detonated the world's first atomic bomb.
My God, what have we done?
It was just a really kind of like eye-opener of a topic that we kind of wanted to speak to the, get our message across.
Their next creation,
the doomsday clock. Its purpose to measure how close we are to the end of civilization.
They set the clock at 7 minutes until midnight.
But when our 45th president took office, the clock reset.
These kids are really aware of the world around them, and we discuss events that are going on in the world, and they sometimes turn those into poems.
The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout.
Flint, Michigan hasn't had clean water since 2014.
Flint, Michigan hasn't had clean water since 2014.
That for me hits me so close to home because even since I was little, I have always cared about the environment.
I can't breathe!
But by saying global warming doesn't exist just because it was cold today is like saying
the rape didn't happen because she was asleep. January 21st, the Dakota Access Pipeline was approved.
We are violating Mother Earth.
We were also speaking about stuff that's actually happening, and that's what we wanted to do with this poem. We wanted to bring light to the situation.
This is what scientists call the nightmare scenario.
A new kind of assassin, a new kind of war.
Nameless.
Faithful, anonymous.
Quiet.
Your era has risen.
I'm afraid it's close to midnight because I'm afraid that the damage is already done.
In a matter of minutes, countries are reduced to ash. Ashes, ashes, we all fall.
Shh. It's midnight.
All right, from a low to high, Boca Raton receives 10.
The whole medium of performance poetry validates them. This is the art form of their generation.
Can we get all of the poets that touch the stage? Come on, come on, come on up, come on up, come on up, come on up. Second place, make some noise for the students from Boca Raton Community High School.
Once you make it to finals, it really isn't about who gets first, second, third, or fourth. It really is you won because you were able to get your message out to the largest amount of people. We already felt like we had accomplished something amazing by just being there, just being able to get on that stage and say our piece.
Our 2017 Louder Than a Bomb Florida champion. Make some noise from the students from Miami Norland High School.
Mommy, I apologize.
Writing Mommy. I wrote that piece because my mother and I, we have a relationship, and I love my mom so much, and I know she loves me a lot. But me being the person I am and having the life that I chose to live, I'm not exactly who she wanted me to be.
I know when the doctors told you that you were having a girl, I'm not quite what you expected.
And I know that she would have wanted a daughter like her to do the things like makeup and stuff like that. And I was basically apologizing because I know that I'm not comfortable doing that. And that's not the girl that I am. I'm not the daughter that you wanted.
When you saw your baby girl, you would never imagine her being anything like me.
That this piece actually started off as a diary entry, right? And then it moved to a letter.
I'm a complete contradiction of your mini-me, and although I may have your cheeks, smile, eyes, and nose looking at us side by side, it seems as if no one knows that I am just like you on the inside.
Don't write it and not take it, like give it 110%. And I told her, I said, it's gonna be very difficult.
And no matter what, you've loved me.
It's deeply emotional because when somebody is always sacrificing for you and they give everything for you and they do everything for you, it's hard because, you know, maybe she would want me to be this certain way for her. I mean, she does everything for me. Why can't I do everything for her?
You made sure I had a sweater or a jacket that was leather. You let me fly and never plucked any of my feathers. Flapping over clouds, and you still held the whole nest together. And if anything was wrong, you made it better.
My mom has 2 jobs. My mom is working day and night to feed me. She makes sure that I'm happy. She makes sure that I can eat.
I'm sure your mom loves you just as much as you love her. That is what the piece needs to be focusing on. And I think she did an amazing job.
I know from the bottom of my heart that I am not the daughter you wanted. But I will spend the rest of my life trying to be the daughter that you're proud of.
My first reaction was like, what's wrong with this girl? Is she crazy? I'm a mother. I love you unconditionally. It doesn't matter what you do, who you are. I love you regardless. You don't realize that. You don't have to apologize for anything that you feel. You don't have to apologize for any way that you are. If nobody accepts you, I'm gonna always accept you. It doesn't matter what you do. Like, I'm your mom.
My mom, when she heard the piece, she told me that I'm everything she ever wanted and that she loves me unconditionally. And that meant everything to me.
Can I have all the poets come on stage for me real quick? All of the poets that performed tonight, please make your way to the stage. Give it up one more time for all these amazing poets. Shower them. Shower them. Shower them. And so for 2017 Louder Than a Bomb Florida Individual Champion, second place, Rochelle from Miramar High School. Step up, Rochelle. Our Louder Than a Bomb Individual Champion for 2017 makes some noise for Sweetness.
The world needs to know Najee Sweetness, right? When you meet Najee, you are forever changed.
These are things that have to be heard, so I didn't want to mess that message up or miss the opportunity of saving a life and touching a heart.
Everybody's gonna remember her name. People are gonna know who she is, and she's gonna do some amazing work, great things.
Thank you for listening. That's my point. Thank you for listening and understanding me.